Alright, so this is a final from one of the tournaments. We are playing as Nurgle with the good old double Soul Grinder strat against High Elves. So, the Soul Grinders are great against High Elves just because they'll have a lot of archers, but in this game, he had a lot of horse archers that were pressuring me as well, so I had to use them for that. He has a Dragon Lord, which I can kind of understand why you would bring a Dragon Lord, but it does mean that you're putting a lot of money into not capping, which could be a disadvantage a lot of the time. So yeah, our Soul Grinders are firing at these Illyrian Reaver archers, not doing the best damage and kind of missing a lot there, but we just need to pressure them a little bit. The Archmage of Life, I think he was thinking of attacking the Soul Grinders, but did not.
We have a victory.
How's the shots going? Not bad, but not very good. And one mistake is I wanted the Chaos Lord on kind of any kind of mount. I was gonna put him on like a regular horse, I think, but I put him on foot, so he is going to be pretty slow. And then, you know, once I realized that okay, the dragon's actually coming over here, I will send the Soul Grinders in as well because they are fast monsters. Oh, he used Awakening of the Wood. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, as I said, if the Chaos Lord was on a horse, he could actually help out a bit sooner, but he's not. The Soul Grinders will at least help out with the fights here, but my opponent is doing pretty good, you know, kiting around and just kind of pressuring me in the sides. But in the middle, we have a pretty good stronghold, and we're just gonna slap that dragon, hopefully. Single entity combat with the just never attacking, of course, because you know right now 85 speed, but on the ground should be slower than my Soul Grinders, but we just do not attack when they're running, unfortunately. And yeah, here are the Fireborns. Luckily, we do have an answer for it. It's the Rot Knight Regiment of Renown. We also bring the Chaos Trolls, the Bile Trolls, because they are pretty good. They do regen. The only issue is Talons of Torquer Leda are fire and they cause weakness to fire, so we decide to focus on them a little bit. I think the Soul Grinders are missing too often though. Yeah, you can see we missed that. Too much missing for my taste, and we also missed that shot as well. Soul Grinders not doing the best right now, but they are still giving a little bit of pressure, and I'm realizing, okay, probably gonna lose in a straight up fight right now, so we're just gonna fall back a little bit and make him come a bit more towards us. He's charging in his horse archers as well, which is a good idea because even though they're braced, they will still take some damage. I am sending trolls to try and countercharge. And I activate my Rot or Die, so you can see they got the damage reflect, and I think they did do some damage to them. And we're just gonna wait a little bit to whittle the archers down. You can see they're actually doing some good damage now. And then once we whittle them down a little bit, we are gonna go in later. Yeah, we have two trolls. We just chill out. The dragon, we kinda just ignore. And then, we are going in now. We are getting shot to pieces a little bit, but it's mostly alright. We still have the monsters, our infantry is coming in. We... Yeah, you see, Soul Grinders aren't super accurate, but it will get us some value over time. And yeah, he's positioning the Fireborn to attack my trolls. I do kind of notice it later on, but the trolls are not going to have a good time. You can see I'm trying to run them away, but they took too long to run away, so I'm just like, okay, you know what, just fight it at this point. And I activate Miasma Pestilence, which at least helps them fight a little bit better. And yeah, that breath attack, wow, that did annihilate my guy, my Marauders. Yeah, we're trying to use any kind of spells. I should have kept on using it on the archers, but trying to get rid of all these spearmen just to get rid of the cap weight. We are also using the Noxbringer and such to at least try and make the archers run away. And I should summon something later on. Yeah, the Rod Knights later on. But yeah, we are getting the cap point. I think it's just because if these Talons were like on the point, I think he probably would be able to get the point, but he has a lot of like these archer units kind of away from the point. He's got the Fireborn off the point. He's sending things in now. So that is giving me a little bit of a cap weight advantage. Oh yeah, here we go. The Rotting Riders. Here they are. They do lose to Fireborn in some ways because of the fire damage, because they do have regen, which means they take some extra damage. But it is mostly mitigated by the ward save, so they're fine. Oh yeah, that breath attack did a lot of damage to my guys, but I think it also did some damage to his. Maybe not. I don't know. Rot Knights getting onto their prey, along with the Bile Trolls, killing the Illyrian Reavers, but they aren't really the big issue. The big issue is the Fireborn, which we will be getting to soon, I believe. Yeah. So our front line is kind of crumbling. I do decide to bring in the Forsaken. Forsaken are actually pretty good. So yeah, Bile Trolls doing some good damage. We do cause some terror with our Noxbringers. We have the Rot Knights just trying to push in to attack wherever they can. I think I pushed the Rot Knights in to attack the archers actually. Yeah, and the Fireborn are here, which they're kind of out of position to attack the Rot Knights luckily, so our Rot Knights are just pushing in and getting what they can. We use a Stream of Corruption on the Fireborn, which did pretty good damage. The one issue here again is our caster is on foot and he's attacked by... he's kind of trapped up by these War Lions, so not a great position for him. And I'm noticing that he's surrounding me with like the dragon and like spears and everything, so I'm trying to pull the Rot Knights away. I use Fecundity as well. We should be okay in the fight, but I don't want to get wrecked by the dragon too much. And now I am trying to send the Rot Knights to attack the Fireborn. But what happens is, when I click on them, when I click to attack the Fireborn, they just go back to the blob, which is unfortunate, but yeah, you can kind of see that they're going back and forth a little bit. Janky Total War AI, but what can you do? Yeah, see, they're going back again, and I have to keep clicking. Okay, no, attack the Fireborn. Attack the Fireborn. But yeah, they are here attacking my Forsaken. They're doing actually pretty good, and them going back again. These Rot Knights. This is one of the reasons why cavalry kind of sucks. If you tell them to do something, if their models are stuck, they just kind of don't do what you say. But now, we have Miasma Pestilence, Father of Blades, so their melee attack is literally 5. And our Rot Knights and the Noxbringer are doing some good damage to the Fireborn. And I think I might even have... Do I have... No, I don't. I guess I don't have Rot or Die. But yeah, we are kind of breaking some things. Trolls are getting broken because of the dragon, but his Fireborn is basically dead, and the Rot Knights are doing good. Even with all of the janky pathfinding, they're doing good. We can heal them. They're like, they have a lot of ways to heal. Our Forsaken did kind of get wrecked, but they still got some value back considering they were surrounded the entire time. And we're sending in more Forsaken. We have one Marauder here just to defend just in case. Our Nurglings are also chasing things off. Our Trolls just come back with good amounts of regen, and we can attack the archers with that. Yeah, our caster is dying. That's not great, but yeah, I think one of the reasons that we're kind of okay is that the his horsemen are also getting caught on like the Soul Grinder and stuff like that. Man, yeah, it would be great if the Rot Knights weren't getting path blocked so much, but we are still doing pretty good. And yeah, our Noxbringer did pretty good. Our Soul Grinder, not that good, but we are going to, over time, just grind against the High Elves and win through attrition, as Nurgle does. Because the High Elves, as you can see, are bringing a lot of Cav, and we have a lot of answers to Cav right now. Furies, if they get charged, they do kind of lose, but that's not too bad. We have things that can muck them down, like the Forsaken. We got big things that can hit them. We got the Rot Knights just trying to clear whatever little scraps they can while they're regenerating. Like here, they decided to attack the Marauders here, so now I can charge them with the Rotting Knights. Yeah. Not a lot of charge damage so far, but they will win pretty decisively now. And we are finally getting some Furies to attack these archers. They have been alive for a while, but they haven't really got too much value, so that's fine. And yeah, we have a big old grind going. So the Chaos Lord of Nurgle, I believe, has the... does he have the Virulence? Yes, he has the icon of Eternal Virulence. So wherever he's fighting, the enemy is debuffed pretty heavily. We also have the other abilities that can debuff them as well. So in a blob fight, we are pretty good. Yep, and then you can see that the High Elf player is trying to form a Helm's Deep, which makes sense, but because we have such a big... You can see we are climbing back in value, and we have healed pretty much as the Archmage. So we're starting to get a very big value with some terror-causing monsters. Our Rotting Knights have basically kept on healing the entire game. So over time, we are getting the middle point, and then we will start pushing towards the third point. Yeah, our trolls... Honestly, they healed, they did some damage, they debuff, they're distracting the enemy cav. That's good enough, I think. And yeah, the dragon, so we basically have been ignoring the dragon. It did do some good damage against our marauders and stuff, but because it is an expensive flying monster that doesn't have cap weight, it will become a detriment to his playstyle soon. Because you can see that he's summoning a lot of fast things, like whatever fast things he can summon, he summons them so that he can like block me up. But now I am just going full force towards the third point. We have a bunch of infantry coming in. This giant blob of ours is going to go to the point as well. He's sending in like one unit at a time, like the Warlinded Trace, to try and distract us, but we just surround it, we debuff it, and just wreck them too quickly, and then we can just get moving over again. And oh yeah, here we go. The dragon was trying to attack the Soul Grinder, but she was just kind of like floating there for a while, and now single entity combat is janky. The flying monsters can't land very well. They don't do that good in damage. He's gonna attack my caster, but at this point it's kind of like whatever. And yeah, he basically has to stop all this with basically these two infantry unit and whatever else he can summon. He is trying to use the archers and the horse archers to like kind of skirmish a little bit, but I do have enough cap weight here to defend it. I have an infantry here and like Nurglings to defend it. I can also come back pretty easily. And yeah, you can see the march of the Rotting Boys. They're all going towards this point. And yeah, these infantry are kind of stuck here, but that's fine. As long as these guys can get in, we are getting the cap point. He has summoned the Fireborn again. Their first summon, they didn't do badly, but they didn't do that great either. And we are just going to charge them with the Rot Knights and send all the other things as well. The Rot Knights, yeah, they basically got their value back. They can still fight. Our Chaos Lord, I used Rot or Die here, hoping that it'll spread around, which it did. And now that these guys have Rot or Die, the Fireborn, even if they hit a lot, they're gonna take some damage. Yeah, because it is a type of ability that spreads like the plague kind of thing. So when it hit the Nurglings, it also hit all the other units. And yeah, the Fireborn didn't do great there because of Rot or Die and also like all the monsters here. We got the cap point, we triple cap him, and if we hold it for a little while, we will basically win. You can see that our Noxbringer is dying. Even with Fecundity, he's still dying, but we have the Rot Knights, we have the Marauders just kind of like saturating in. The Soul Grinder is still there. The Furies are just gonna chase the Fireborn as much as possible just to stop their charge, but when the Illyrian Reavers come in, we do try to run away, try to attack the Herald instead, but yeah. So now that the Chaos Lord is here, we basically have a good anchor point. Even if he even if he routes us off like everything right now, with a double cap we should be able to win. Yeah. Yeah, our main point is secure. We have a lot of things just sitting around here. We're chasing off the war lions and stuff. I believe I summoned the Chaos Lord just to activate the healing a little bit more. And yeah, you can see we're starting to lose the point now, but he has to really just force mostly Cav, because he needed to get fast cap weight. Mostly Cav are just here fighting my the rotting riders, our marauders, our soul grinder, and our Chaos Lord just kind of sitting here. If the Chaos Lord was on a horse, he could have done better, I guess, but oh well. Oh yeah, here we go, Rot or Die again. So Rot or Die, give them leadership so that they don't crumble or die as easily. They also give like damage reflect, so if they attack our units, they do take like extra damage, which I think helped us hold the point a little bit longer. But you see, we're already over his point. Even if he gets this cap now, we don't care. And yeah, he's starting to move all of his cavalry over, but I use Curse of the Slug just in case he can somehow cap these points, which, you know, doesn't seem like it. Nurgle just being a grinder. Just a good old grinder. We bring the soul grinders and we grind them to death. Anyway, Chaos Lord, I guess he basically got his cost back. He was also not even like damaged at all. Nurgle Sorcerer, we just used Stream of Corruption and used that for healing. So honestly, the fact that he got that much value is pretty good, because he's mostly there for giving healing. Nurglings and our Marauders. The Soul Grinder honestly got its value back. It's like 1750, so pretty good. Noxbringer, I guess its shots killed the archers and the horse archers a bit, but you know, Soul Grinders, I feel like the Khorne Skull Cannons are better, but the Skull Grinders are better at combat too, and we can heal, so they're pretty okay. Some of our infantry didn't do great, but some of them did good. Like the Rot Knights, they did great. Like, I was afraid the Fireborn might win, but that was the whole reason for me bringing the Chaos Lord. Bring the Chaos Lord on a horse so that he can like go around with the Rot Knights, and then when they fight the Fireborn, activate Rot or Die, and then they should win that fight pretty well. That's kind of my idea. But unfortunately, the Chaos Lord was kind of immobile, but we still won it. And this one Forsaken, I don't know how it got that much value. I don't think I summoned it twice or anything, so I guess it was just killing spearmen or something. Trolls do okay. The Dragon Lord, I'm pretty sure she costs around that much, so got her value back, but again, it's an expensive monster that can't cap weight. That's a big issue. The Horse Archers, he summoned some of them twice, but don't think they did great. The Spearmen all didn't do very good, except one, I think. War Lions did okay. The Fireborn was summoned twice, so it basically got its cost back, but still didn't do that good, honestly. So yeah, apparently, Rot Knights are pretty good after all. Just let them fight. If they take damage, run them away, chase down like fleeing enemies, and then come back when they're mostly healed up. I guess that's how you play it, basically.